We are Alden Laudet, Aaron Smith, Kara Lee, and Remy Quagula, and this is Team 50's ideal organization. We are a nonprofit based in Vancouver, BC, whose goal is to increase women's education in Nigeria. In order to do this, we own a manufacturing facility in Nigeria, produce shoes, sell them in North America, and then send the profits back to Nigeria. We chose to do this because women's education is key to developing a country's economy, and currently, only 53% of children in Nigeria receive any form of education. That's why our name is Ilimi. It means education or knowledge in Hausa, which is the Chadic language most commonly spoken in Nigeria.
Ilimi has three key values that define our organization. They are compassion, dedication, and action, and they are the reason that Ilimi is able to create its culture and pursue its goal. Without these values, Ilimi would be unable to trust our employees with high levels of autonomy or have its high level of cohesion. Our values have to be held closely by our employees in order for our organization to function. So the question is, how do we find these employees?
So, what does hiring look like? For us, it's not about filling a position, it's hiring a person. But to find the right people, we need to know who is the right person are. Our organization is friendly purpose driving, therefore, we believe that we will attract younger employees. They will allow us to maintain a strong culture and structure as long as they are detected to our cause. So, how do we find those who are detected to our cause? It takes work. So, our screen process is extensive through and known. So we include time pressure because we believe that putting in extra effort early pays off later. So in order to ensure transparency and equitable hiring, we create a large group of department managers and made them leaders of the recruitment process. So we wanted to redistribute and equitable their powers as well as reduce any internal bias. They have to openly discuss the candidates and discuss them often. So our interviews are a mix of behavior and situational questions to see if the candidates fit as our culture and have outstanding skills. All of this means that those who hire support our organization goals, strategy, and ultimate improve women education in Nigeria.
Here at Ilimi, a necessary expense of ours is continuous training. As a nonprofit with little funding, we benefit greatly from knowledge and experience held by our employees. We have created a program called Ilimi and I, a database and knowledge center that we keep up to date with the latest developments in our departments worldwide. We encourage our employees to constantly seek out new opportunities for learning, including utilizing Ilimi and I, as well as programs outside of our company, such as night classes. Additionally, should someone decide they would rather work in another department, it is within our best interest to facilitate the transfer. We are constantly looking for ways that our employees can redistribute and reimagine their skill set. Allowing cross-departmental transfers allows for new ways of thinking and problem solving that would not otherwise occur. At the end of the day, we want our employees to have access to all the resources they need. To do this, we allot part of our annual budget to subsidizing employee knowledge expansion outside of the office. This is offered in both our Canadian and Nigerian location, as we hope to encourage each employee to pursue new ways of thinking and their interests.
At Ilimi, creativity is key. We want our employees to have a strong sense of engagement and purpose. Therefore, we encourage our employees to interact with different teams and constantly exchange new ideas. We have coffee stations between the junctions of our departments so that employees have a space to relax and bump into one another. During this time, we hope that our employees will mingle, discuss different ways of looking at the same problem, and gain a better understanding of other departments. We recommend all of our employees at all levels meet once a month. In these meetings, employees are encouraged to share new ideas or technology so that our teams share resources. In our location in Nigeria, we still encourage managers to create team exercises for employees to interact and support each other. We understand that it is not easy for Nigerian employees to accept new ideas or deal with unknown situations for team working, so we will incorporate teamwork activities and individual exercises.
In Canada, Ilimi utilizes a lattice structure of leadership. This organizational style distributes managerial duties to the majority of our employees. Our chosen structure has the employee with the highest level of experience making informed decisions. We place a large emphasis on employee autonomy. We entrust a sizable amount in our lower level staff. The high integration of each employee allows for the success of the organization to directly impact their sense of achievement. To allow employees to comfortably work to their potential, we foster a sense of stability within the company through steadfast teams. A strong team environment invites trust and belonging in the organization. It also works alongside our lattice structure. The teams operate alongside one another, and the inter-team connections make a stronger organization. We want to help balance the professional and personal life for our employees. The flexible work arrangements permit employees to choose their own schedule, whether permanently or temporarily, and have the convenience of leaving work due to outside responsibilities. We value healthy employees as we feel they can better support their friends and families because we know workers who are happy at home come to work happy too. Ultimately, this will lead to workers who are more innovative, engaged, and able to develop more effective ways of thinking.
Within our organizational culture, we maintain a permeating culture of purpose, where an underlying sense of aspiration both drives and unifies all members of our organization. Employees and management are unified by their shared passion, which in turn feeds back into the organization's overarching culture. Our shared purpose and passion, along with organizational structure, facilitates a bear culture, in which separate or unrelated departments within the company assist when others are in need. The ease of lateral movement within our lattice structure, along with the greater good of organization mentality, greatly facilitates interdepartmental assistance. Maintaining the desired culture within our organization is a difficult task made possibly largely by the mindsets of employees we hire, as well as a management team regularly assessing whether we are staying the desired course. To ensure we employ members of the community that are a cultural fit, we clearly outline what interviewees can expect to give and receive regarding our corporate culture. Creating the perfect culture for our employees is nearly impossible, as once you begin pushing one aspect, you may lose another. We aim to walk a delicate balance as to not create a culture so dominant that we infringe on employee individuality. Our goal is to be flexible and to accept change that incorporates diversity rather than limiting it.
At Ilimi, our leaders not only have an understanding of our vision, but can also effectively communicate it across our organization. We have three core leadership foundations that we instill in everyone. The first is respect, the basic law of humility that seeks to treat others how you would want to be treated. So leaders at Ilimi are not true leaders if they are not constantly utilize their emotional intelligence. The second is to inspire. Ilimi's three pillars are means to create a culture of optimism. We do this by directing our employees towards an attainable outcome and using their success as stories to look up to. Integrity is the last foundation. We expect constancy and honesty, and we expect our employees' action to match their words. Ilimi focuses on social and self-controls to facilitate our work. Our employees help us detect what is acceptable and what is not. We do not implement a high level of organization controls because our management believes in the people they work with. So leaders are generally responsible for helping maintain social and self controls. They help set the standards and correct actions. However, as nature has a high power distance score, so we will have to give authority based on experience and age. Our management team must still effectively display the three foundations, but there will be no emphasis on our employee control. Orders will be imposed from management alone.
In designing our company's reward system, we ensured that our performance review system focused on the employee's growth and not office politics or pay raises. In order to do this, we separated our performance conversation from our development conversations. The reward conversations occur 3 months after the performance review, and these reward conversations are focused on the year's performance. To eliminate recency and availability bias, management records both positive and negative employee impact throughout the year. Before performance review conversations, managers from all departments meet in order to calibrate the ratings. This is to ensure that they all have a clear idea of what each score means and the expectations surrounding each category. This creates consistency in all departments. In addition to this, each employee gets a full 360 review. Their managers submit a review, their peers submit a review, and each employee self reviews. We believe that this intensive review format allows for transparency, honesty, and a better picture of how our staff operates daily. Managers, by their very job description, are in place to manage people, but they are not able to watch them every moment of the day. By including everyone in the process, each employee has the opportunity to be judged and reviewed fairly and equitably. At Ilimi, fostering collaboration is a key part of operating successfully. Allowing each employee to have a say on their performance and praise their own performance requires trust. However, we believe in our employees. Our organizational culture provides the structure for creating assurance between all employees, and this in turn grows in on itself to create honest feedback. The honest feedback is vital to how our performance review system functions, and without it, we would not be able to look forward.
We want to make the most of our culture, and for this to happen, we need a dedicated team. Our company wants to make a difference by doing things that matter in the world. Therefore, everything within our workplace matters too. At Ilimi, we focus on intrinsic rewards to drive motivation for our employees. We want our staff to be engaged and purpose driven. Our first source of motivation is giving our employees the opportunity to gain a sense of accomplishment through a lattice structure. Secondly, we ensure employees remain motivated through the sense of responsibility and autonomy bestowed upon them. This gives them the opportunity to be remembered and valued as a leader throughout their journey at the company. In Nigeria, we have to conduct rewards and motivation differently to align with cultural expectations. To do this, our rewards revolve around either an increase in status, seniority, or position. In both Canada and Nigeria, we want our rewards to reflect what is important to our employees. The rewards then drive the motivation, which drives our organization.
In our organization, we have a focus on soft model HRM. We strongly believe that the people we have hired are capable, intelligent, and natural team players. They are firmly involved in all aspects of our business so that they are fully integrated and understand the entire organization from bottom to top. Our employees are valuable. They are what makes this company tick. They take action, are compassionate, and are dedicated to what we do. By encompassing our company values, our employees become better attuned to our strategy and vision. However, in our Nigerian location, we ensure we are always aware of and focusing on the higher power distance aspects of their culture. Management is management, and decision making is done by upper level staff. For the employees in Nigeria and Canada, we want them to know the work they do is valued. We know that for an employee to do their best work, they need purpose. Everything in our work system, reward system, and HR policies do their best to reflect that.
We recognize the importance of driving change in our society and want to make a difference in improving education in developing countries. We act of our values of compassion, detection, and action to pursue this journey. We want our employees at the forefront of our organization to be driving change, and for this to happen, we structure a unified organization. Our employees are key to our organizational structure and constantly contribute to our goal. By successfully implement our HR policy and organizational structure, we aim to be a viable organization in our society and constantly increase educational development in Nigeria.